Hello everyone, I hope you are all having a great time, fantastic day. Today I will review another robot called Hijack MT4. This is probably one of the most powerful robots for 2025, and specifically on this month on April. As you know, we have the trade war and tariff and everything is going crazy. The majority of robots that I have used, many of them are blown out. While it is really good to see that there are some robots that are still making profit despite the craziness in the market current days. So what does this AI do? Basically, Hijack detect a volume large amount of transaction according to the algorithm it has been programmed, and it work on 1 and 5 minutes. So what happens is whenever there is a price, let's say we have an uptrend and we have a large candle and there's a lot of volume and transaction, the AI will try to open pending order of sell. So it will be more of a reversal, or it will be a scalper, but it will be a reversal of the trend. So for example, we have an uptrend here, it will try to sell there and it will catch the price. So it will be following up with the price, and it will be protected by strict stop loss of 5 to I believe 10 pips maximum, and then it will use trailing stop loss to cover the profit and then secure your trade. This is the basic concept of this AI for the Hijack MT4. It is very important that you use a recommended broker, which IC Market and PU Prime. The VPS is playing a critical role, for it has to be very low latency in comparing to the connections. We have a live account with verified broker. This is very important. Now the majority of robots that usually they have either their broker is not verified or there is something catchy about it, so there's always that thing is missing. But for this AI we have a live account verified broker that I personally used, and then I will give you the back test. We can use minimum deposit $500. The EA is free of martingale and grid, and each trade is a single trade at a time. You have take profit, you have stop loss and trailing stop loss. So this is the robot, the Hijack. The price is a bit expensive honestly, but the performance is absolutely crazy, and you see already people are purchasing this robot for this amount of money. What we have here and what we do, I provide you the latest version, the original set file. You cannot find this anywhere for free. So the price I'm giving you is only $199, and you get it for unlimited account. You got everything in your hand plus free update. So what is this Hijack? And this expert has been used privately for years, and so this creator decided to make it public so everyone can benefit. Of course, this is something more of marketing scheme, and I would say it is win-win situation. So you win, he sell you the product, then you make money and he make money. That is the whole purpose of this business. And this Hijack utilized artificial intelligence to analyze the trading behavior of major bank and an institution. Honestly, I do believe it does analyze the trading behavior of the market, and it detect the high volume buy and sell. That's true. It execute trade very fast. So you need optimal broker and optimal VPS, because you will get the best potential profit with minimal risk. Now what you need, he said that the Q future is no martingale, network trading or any other risky trading. That's true. Dedicated private server. The EA require connection to our server exclusively to properly work. Now let me give you one thing. So what I did, I purchased this EA for 1,500 from this guy, and I unlocked this robot for almost $200. So it costed me 1,700 USD. I compared both of these robots, the one that has been unlocked and the original one. Believe me, the performance is absolutely same and it is symmetrical. There is no private server. Unfortunately, this guy, his robot is very great. I mean, honestly, I give him the credit, but he kinda wanna hide some of the information, and I will give you what I mean by that. So you don't need this. Small stop loss. So there's 30 pip stop loss so you can control the risk management. The take profit is dynamic, so it depends on the movement of the price. For example, if you have a gap here and the prices move very fast, it will activate trailing stop loss and it will lock the profit for you. So it is very amazing, honestly. Daily profit target. Now this is critical because I personally try to use it for 1 week just to get it the right setting. So this is very important. You need to test it with a low lot size before increasing the risk, because this is more like high frequency trading, but it's not high frequency trading. So I believe that in institutional order tracking, I believe that large banks and institutions are using this robot specifically to make a lot of profit. So what we have here, we have for gold, we have for Euro USD, we have 100. I would recommend 500 or at least 200. It's very important to use high connection VPS. I personally use the MQL VPS and other VPS from Hyonix. I think they are similar. So all you need is low latency and reliable broker. So this is the EA, and what we have here honestly on the live account is mind blowing. I was really in doubt of this EA. I told myself there's no way that this guy was able to transform or to flip 500 into 13,000 USD. You know, this is crazy amount of money, and you can see the growth with only 40% drawdown. It's like nothing. And despite having 48% losing trade with in comparing to 51. But what happened here, the risk to reward is very high. So whenever you lose one, you will be making 10 or sometime 5. So it will cover all of your losses and give you the edge for the long term. And he was able to withdraw almost 20,000 US dollar. This broker is reliable, and you can see the reliability. I personally used VT Market. The average holding time is only 38 seconds, 2 minutes maximum. So it closes and opens the trade very quickly. And we only have 1 month of April, and March didn't work that much, but we have a massive gain here. So it is crazy, and the drawdown only went up to 16%. I think that's nothing. So if you go back to the trading history, what he did basically, he used this robot on gold at the beginning because I have a personal connection with him. And what happened, he told me that he will no longer use on gold because the market is in a historical level of price. So he did not for some reason use gold anymore, but he said he tried to use Euro USD and it worked very well, and it will not be the same profit as gold honestly, but we will just for the moment I am trying to follow his advice and test to see what happened. So for the statistic, after having 1951, we can be confident and say that the accuracy is 51% and the losing trade is only 48. And you can see the best trade is almost twice the losing trade. So you have better risk to reward and better money management. That's why this happened. And the recovery factor is quite high because you have very good risk to reward ratio, and the streak of losses can be up to 10 trade. This is very possible. You can lose 10 trade in a row and make 10 trade to win in a row. So that's very possible. So guys, this is my live account. I am using on VT Market as well, and you can see these are the trades by the system of Hijack, and they are basically same. However, I did use some other system which caused a little bit of drawdown. That's why the statistics are not really correct, but I will try to dedicate a specific account for you and I will share it. And now we have this latest version. This is not something you can get for free. There are many EAs for lower prices. Maybe you can get Hijack EA for 20 or for 30, but it will end up losing. You don't know how to set it up correctly. You don't have the correct setting. It will cost you losing. And you can see we have the lot size which are dynamic. You can limit your daily profit and losses, and we have a spread filter, we have confirmation. This is only available on newer version, and we have a time filter. The older version you don't have a time filter, but with 2.4 you have this time filter. So this is the latest version that the seller is using, and he gave it to me personally. Now let me give you a briefing of the strategy tester and back test this robot. So let me just get it on and let us see what happened. So as you can see here, we have several trades taking in place in just 5 minutes, and they are very fast. It is a matter of seconds. So basically catching these are really not possible, but they are a really fast trade, and you can see it detect the momentum and the volume of the trade, so it is a little bit hard to catch one of these. However, you get the point, and it is using trailing stop loss. So guys, I will just skip it. I think it's a little bit difficult to get one trade possible, but I think you got the point. Let me just show you in graphic what happens. So let's say we have a volume trade here, we have a big transaction, and what happened is it will open a sale here, and this will be protected by stop loss, and it will be, the take profit will be dynamic. It will use trailing stop loss to close it according to the price. Whenever the price goes down, the take profit will get down until the price get back and hit your take profit. So this is what happened. It is protected by trailing stop loss, and you can see for 1 year I try to backtest it with a bit medium risk, and this is on 1000 USD only. We have 45,000 USD just by backtest, and we only have 8% maximal drawdown, and you can see the losing trade is 45, which is very similar to what we have on live, and this is very important. We have 54% take profit win rate, which is quite similar to what we have on live account. So all of these statistics are actually real. There's nothing scam or fake here. However, there is one challenges that we have. So that's why I always tell that each EA has pro and cons. There are always challenges. You can overcome it and you can fix it. So for this EA, the pros that we have here is we have reliable broker with live account or live result. EA is not using any martingale or grid, and the average holding time is only 38 seconds, and of course this is very advanced trading mechanism and only used by institution and banks. That's what I personally believe. However, on the other side, what we have here, this will not work on all broker because you have the sensitivity of spread, you have VPS latency, you have the connection, you have the slippage. So one of the problems will be slippage, and it is very important. You need to use ECN account, otherwise it will not work. I think that's one of the only problem that I have faced. The rating for this EA, I will be honest, I think 4.4 is probably one of the best rating I can give it, and the reason for that, because there are some complication with this type of EA. You need to be very careful and you need to study the environment of this scalper to make it work. It's not easy, but it's not impossible. So you need to start it carefully, to use with low risk, to make sure you find the right tonality of the robot, then it will work. This is one of the mistakes I done in the past, but now I try to use low risk and I'm getting the same result as he does, and then I will increase risk when I am 100% sure that it will be same as the vendor. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and as usually, thank you for watching.